All right. Shalom.
Shalom.
We the brothers from the Great Millstone Charlotte camp coming at you with another lesson. Before we get into our lesson, we want to start off giving our praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rikar, Kadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders at Great Millstone, that we well, and salutation to the elect, the ones that's in the ministry, uplifting the name of Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, 144,000 and 1/3, man. So basically, man, we just gonna do a quick lesson, you know, cause apostles, from the apostles to Har on down, saying that brothers need to do more videos on the historic and facts about, the icons that Esau, basically throughout the years done destroyed, man. Cause it's proof, and the history proves that, we got plenty of dark or black icons, man. They're scattered amongst the world, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, which are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites. Because one point of time, man, during the 1,000 years reign, during the time of the medieval times or the dark ages, we ruled and we had our images all over the place, man. Even before then, man. But what happened, man, after that 1,000 years period, and Esau, the so-called white man, came back into power, calling it the time of the rebirth or the Renaissance. He took the images of the dark-skinned people that was ruling in Europe, different parts of, Asia, Russia, Africa, and he whitewashed it, man. He called what's just called Iconoclasm, man. Destroying the images of the real images and setting up himself as those that he was the people that created those images, man. Whitewashing them, man. So real quick, we're gonna get the word or the definition on iconoclasm, man. If one of the brothers said.
And this is the in Google, iconoclasm, and it's a noun. The first definition: the action of attacking or assertively rejecting cherished beliefs and institutions or established values and practices. The second,
that's going into the images of the dark ages, the images, the true images of the people of the Bible, man. So when you read, the Bible, majority of the Bible is talking about dark-skinned people, man. And really for dark-skinned people when it comes to the nation of Israel, because the scriptures are only given to the nation of Israel, man. The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. And the confused faces who bloodline go back to Negro, Latino, and Native American descent. But Esau, the original Gentiles, man, the heathens, man, mainly Esau, man, he took the Bible and claimed it as his own, man, and whitewashed all the images of the people of the Bible, man, the people of the dark ages, which were so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. But Esau, he is mentioned in the Bible, but he's not the chosen, man. He put himself up as the disciple, put himself up as, King David, Solomon, which all those dudes, or those men, go back to Negro, Latino, Native American descent, man, the prophets, The only bloodline that these so-called white people go back into the Bible is the nation of Edom, man, Esau, man, the red man, the red Hebrew Edomites, man. They're who you are, man, and no other people in the Bible, man. So now today, man, you got a lot of these people in the world believing that Esau is God. He put his image up as being the Lord's son, put a word we call Jesus Christ, which that's a false image, man. Going back to Cesare Borgia or Seraptos, Christo, all those are false images, man. So when you read the scriptures, what the Lord really looked like, man, in Revelation 1 and 13, it states that Yahweh Shai, who the world calls Jesus Christ, is a dark-skinned man. And to go deeper, man, he's a dark-skinned man from the tribe of Judah, which considers you Negroes here in America, and that's scattered amongst all nations, man. So everything that Esau taught is lies, man. especially when it comes to images, man. He set himself up as the ones on earth that he's this great nation, by whitewashing everybody's images, man, and showing himself that he's the only people that ever exist in the ancient days, man. Cause you think about it, man. All the images you see, man, every damn image you see, you always see the so-called white man image, man. You don't see no other images that they put here in America in these public school system, man, which we call them the public food system. They don't never show images of Negroes. Only time they show images of Negroes when Negroes been in slavery, man. They don't never show the deep history about the Negroes, in the late Latino Native American history, man. Because Esau is the devil, man. The word devil means the deceivers, man. He deceived the whole earth, having them thinking that he's God. The son of God is white. The men of the scriptures, the people of the Bible, the true chosen people, Israel, having the world thinking that they're white. That was to this day, man. They're in our land ever since 1949, where they stole the land of the nation of Israel, claiming it as they self, man. Because they wanted to keep the people brainwashed, like we say, brain dirty, keep them confused and think them that they had the world thinking that they are the chosen people, man, of the Most High, man. But now they being revealed for the devil that they are. That they are not the chosen people of the Most High, but the wicked, man.
This is the second definition of iconoclasm. The rejection or destruction of religious images or heretical, the doctrine of iconoclasm.
And that's what happened, man. He destroyed the images of the ones which are the Negro, Latino, and Native Americans, the Israelites, our Bible, man. And he destroyed, man, by putting up his images over ours, man. Which was, during the time of the Dark Ages, man. And after the time of the rebirth, the Renaissance, when Esau came back into power after being out of power for 1,000 years, man. And he came out of the caves and came back into power through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And ever since then, Esau was being a deceiver, man. And that's what he did, man. Destroy all the heritage that us, the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, uphold, man. That the Lord gave us, man. And that's including our images, man. Not only our land, and our custom, but also the images of who we really are, man. And what we our history go back to, man. And we got a couple of books, we're gonna, get into. One of them is, the Negro Question Part 4, The Missing Link by Lee Cummins. Going into, the dark images, Jake, man, that's in the Bible that was whitewashed, man. And another one we got Nature Knows No Color Line by J.A. Rogers. Your brothers can see that. And these are the historical facts, man. And Esau know about, man, but it's being revealed now through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, because it's time for these devils, a lot to be pulled down, man. So we're going to go ahead and jump into a quick scripture to back it up, to proving that the Lord already had it prophesied and already had it written, that Esau, Edom, you so-called white people, was going to do this, man. Once you came into rulership, man, you were going to see the whole world and whitewash images, man, and place yourself as imposters over the real images of the people of the world, man. Mainly the Israelites, man, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans.
This is the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24. It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
It said the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, man. And meaning the earth, meaning the world, the rulership, and the hand represent the power, man. And it said it's given into the hand of the wicked, the power of the wicked. Who's the wicked, man? You so-called white people, man. You Edomites, man. Y'all are the wicked, man. And your history prove it, man. So ain't no denying that, man. So the earth is given into the hand of you so-called white people, man. And with it, you doing nothing but wickedness, man, and destroying the earth, man, and going against and being an adversary against the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man.
Continue on, it says, he covered the faces of the judges thereof.
And at the point right there, man, we getting into this lesson, man. One of the points in that scripture right there say that he covered the faces of the judges thereof, man. Going back to whitewashing, iconoclasm, the real images of the true biblical Hebrew Israelites, man, which are you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, you know. And because we are the true judges, man. The judge have ruler or authority, man. You know, although we in captivity right now, for us going off against Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, being disobedient, but we are the true judges because the Most High chose us to be the power of the earth, man. You know, and when Yahweh shall return, that's what exactly we're going to be, man. We're going to be them judges as Yahweh Bashim Yahushua always made the nation of Israel to be, man. Because the nation of Israel, go back, meaning on the name of it is he prince of power, man. And the judge have power, man. So they cover the true powers of gods or judges' faces on which are the Israelites, man. You know, and they're going to pay for that, man.
That's right. Continue on, it says, if not, where and who is he?
So Job asking this question, if the so-called white man haven't done the covering, you know, destroying the images of the true judges, which are the Israelites, the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, and they said, who else have done it, man? No other nation put themselves up as the Lord chosen people, man. You don't see the Chinese, the Arabs, the Japanese, the Africans, the Hamites. You don't see none of them saying that they the Lord chosen people, man. You know, whitewashing the images, man. Putting themselves up as the Lord and Savior, man. Putting themselves up as God or the Lord chosen people as, you know, the prophets or the people in the Bible, man. Only nation that have done that is the wicked, man. You so-called white people, man. You Edomites, man.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah, get Job. Somebody hold First Maccabees.
It's the book of Job,
3 and 48.
chapter 13, verse 4. But ye are forgers of lies. Ye are all positions
The one.
of no value.
So the Lord said that who Job is talking to, man. Who he calling forgers of lies, man. You so-called white people, man. You Edomites, man. The whole head, man. From your elites on down, man. Even back then, man. You know, going to the time, like we were saying earlier, man, the rebirth, man, the Renaissance, man. Where the main artists, two white artists or artists during that time, you know, that paint the images of the so-called white men or the white people being, you know, being the apostles, being apostles of the real people images that go back to the Dark Ages, man. You know, who was they, man? You had Leonardo da Vinci, you know, and Michelangelo, man. You know, they was the main two devils that whitewashed the images of the true icons of Israel, man, or the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Mainly the Southern Kingdom, man. You know, on Judah, Benjamin, Levi, man, because you ruled Europe for 1,000 years, man. And that's how they got the people to believe in believing in their lives today, man. All through imagery, man. You know, there's a saying that, you know, in the world that say that a picture speak 1,000 words, man. So a lot of our people today, since, you know, them being blinded, not knowing the true history about how we rule Europe, that we are the Lord's chosen people, you know, and he deceived majority of the world, especially our people, you know, by destroying the images, man. Because a lot of our people just go by for what they see, man. You know, they don't really believe, man. A lot of our people say they got to see it to believe it, man. So when they see these images of these so-called white people saying that they're the Israelites, or saying that they the kings, the different royal kings back in medieval time, you know, the Dark Ages, they go by that, man, because that's what they've been taught, man. Not taking time to do the history, because the history and the facts are out here, man, because Esau can't get rid of that, man. How much all the images and the lies he told, the truth is still truth, man. You know, and Esau can't do that because the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is about truth, man. And the Lord is not going to do away with the history or the prophecies about His people Israel, man. No matter how much you devils try to lie and take away our true inheritance and trying to keep us from our power, man.
I got a quick precept. This is the book of Psalms chapter 58, starting off at 2. Yea, in heart ye work wickedness in your mind, man. Talking about you, you Edomites, you so-called white people, because that was a wicked thing that you have done, and you still doing wickedness in the earth, whitewashing the images that our people created, man. The history that our people made, man. Because we are a royal people, but because of the so-called white man, we're basically trash to these other people, man. They think we're a bunch of lowlives, man. They think we're a bunch of nobodies, but at the end of the day, we're the Lord's chosen people, man. The nation of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans.
Because, you know, you got our people, man, they still blinded to this day, majority of them, man, by the lies that Edom, these so-called white people teach, the elites. You know, having our people believing that we're Africans, man. Mm-hmm. And still to this day, man, a lot of our people still hold on to Egypt, man. Africanism, man. Egyptology, man. You know, because we came from the west coast of Africa doesn't mean we're Africans, man, because we got pushed out of our land in 70 AD, man, from Roman prosecution, man. We fled into the west coast of Africa, man. And that's another thing that these devils are not going to tell here in America or in their school, man. They'll tell you that we from Africa, but they don't tell you that we really Israelites and how we got into Africa, man. And they the ones that ran us out, man, the Romans, which are the Edomites, you know, the ones that ruled Rome during that time, you know. Even, you know, on that, man, to go deeper on that, man, these devils, they're not even the real Romans and Greeks, man. Because the first Romans and Greeks, the original ones, are the sons of Japheth, man. Going back to the Samoans, the Hawaiians, you know, the Togans, you know. And what happened, man, Esau, through his, you know, Alexander the Greek and his army, man, they pushed the sons of Japheth out of Europe, man, into them different islands, man, you know. And Esau took the land from them and called themselves the Romans and the Greeks, man, you know. But to get back into the, you know, the subject, you know, just a little side note, but Esau, the main one that pushed that African American on our people, on the so-called Negroes over here in America, man, you know, to keep them blinded from what their true history is, man. And they will have to pay for that, man.
That's right. Continuing on, ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth, and is not the earth given into the hands of the wicked. And if you look at the earth, it's nothing but violence and chaos, man. That's throughout the earth, because Esau, Edom, you know, being the so-called white man, is in rulership, man. That's all they bring forth, man. Violence, wickedness, you know, maliciousness, and just being that wicked, man. And this is the point. Verse 3, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. And that's, man, that's the MO of the so-called white man. That's their characteristic trait, man. They speak lies, man. Look at all the lies they've spoken. Just like the brother said, they'll never teach us the true history of our history, man. The Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, they're not going to tell you that you're the true people of the living power, man. The true nation of Israel, man. You know, they're not going to tell you how you ruled for a certain amount of years, man. They're not going to tell you how important you are, man. But in that case, they're going to lie to you. They're going to say you African American, you know, or just basically just say you're a slave. You know, just instead of saying like, hey, you the chosen people of God, you know, the power is with y'all, and the power is against us, you know, the heathens, mainly, you know, the Edomites, man. That's all I had to say.
Because these devils, man, they got a lot to pay for, man. Right. That the main thing, you know, that the brother read, man, in that scripture, man. The main thing, the two main things that they've done and conquered this world by is by violence and deceivingness, man. You know. But the Lord is bringing the truth to light now, man. Right. You know, and getting rid of all these lies that Esau pushed, man. You know. not only through the prophets, the men of the Lord, but the history itself, man. Because you can't get rid of history, man. Esau know that, man. You know, so many historic and facts out there, scholarship, archaeology, and Esau can't get rid of it, man. No matter how much money he spends trying to hide the truth, man. He can't hide the truth because it's there, man. You know, you can't deny it, man. Just like you can't deny that you're the devil, man. You get Book of Maccabees.
This is the book of Maccabees, chapter 3, verse 48. It says, and lay open the book of the law.
And what's the book of the law, man? The scriptures, man. The Holy Bible, man. That's the book of the law, man. And the law was given to Israel, man. You Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. But this is what it's going to say, man. Continue on.
It says, wherein the heathen has sought to paint like likeness of their image.
And the heathen is you other nations, man. And mainly this heathen, the main heathen, are you Edomites, man. You so-called white people, man. And it said, open the book of the law, and you paint your images, man, as yourself, man. Like you the Lord's chosen people, man. You know, like you the Israelites, man. You know, you the great people of the dark ages that ruled Europe, man, and different other countries at that time, man. Because that's how the devil is, man. You know, he deceived us, man. And that's the wrong thing he done, man. You know, he done take all these, trying to take all the nationality and credit from all these different nations. He take the credit and whitewashing the images of the Egyptians, which are the original, the Hamites, going back to the sons of Mizraim. You know, different other cultures of these heathens, like we said earlier, man, the sons of Japheth, which are the original Greeks and Romans. You know, like the Chinese, the Arabs. You know, he always do that, man, because Esau trying to get away from his true inheritance, man. Because he know his true inheritance is nothing to glorify of, man. Because his heritage is his inheritance from the Most High is to be the wicked, man. To be the deceivers, man. You know, so he ain't not going to glorify and trying to get away from his true nationality, man. That the Bible tell the world that who he is, man. You know, but the worst thing he have done, he took upon himself, you know, to paint his images and lie on the law, man, on the book of the law, which are the Holy Scriptures, man. You know, somebody get somebody can hold Deuteronomy 28 and 64. But right now, you know, if any brothers got some images, you know, now we're gonna get into, man. You say we want to show brothers, you know, some images of proving why Esau's so mad, man, and all the whitewashing he has done. Now the history is showing that, you know, because once part of the time, man, we lost our history, and we didn't know nothing about how we ruled the dark ages, man. You know, it was only through the Lord. The Lord opened up our spiritual mind and gave brothers, you know, right teachers to lead us to the truth. You know, mainly the men of Great Millstone, man. And you got other sources of information out there telling you, Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, that we ruled Europe, man. You know, and Esau know that, man.
I had to post something out on Google too, and this how you know Esau is the devil, and that what we're talking about is true, man. Because I'm looking at some of the books and illustrations of Russian icons. You know, basically the icons that was in Russia was, you know, so-called dark-skinned images or men, and you got different prices from $8,800, $3,300, $2,000, and it's all shown right there if y'all brothers can see it. Yeah, you got different prices of different books and images and stuff like that.
You saw the damn devil, man.
And it's crazy. And I'm gonna show another book that got the Edomite image and see the price on that.
Right, because they know we have the truth, man. Okay? You can't do nothing for the truth except by the truth, man.
Against the truth. Can't do nothing for the truth but against the truth, man. You can't do nothing against the truth but for the truth, man.
And this, like I said, the one right here, only $33. You see, and that's a so-called white man image. But all the rest of the dark images, like this one right here, that's 300 and some change. So this devil know what time it is, man. We coming in that time of finding out information. This the information age, man.
He getting afraid, man. Esau getting afraid, man, because the truth is exposing him, man.
Right.
Because once upon a time, about 5, 6, 7 years ago, man, you could get no books for the low, man, real cheap, man. Yep. Ever since the truth, spread it and growing more and more powerful, exposing him, man. Now he's trying to cover up as much as information of this truth getting out, man. You know, that's putting the shameness on his wickedness, man, on his lies, man. You know, but they're already out, man. You already got brothers that got different information on the icon books, man. The so-called black icon books, man. You know, brothers in the different camps got it, man. People that from outside of that's not even in Israel, they still got the different information about, you know, the icons, man. That how we ruled Europe and different other places all over the earth, man. You know, and now the internet done got, you know, so powerful that majority of people not even buying books anymore, man. They're going right to the internet sources to get, you know, the information off the websites and everything, man. Download it on their phone, you know, for free. You know, so you can't do nothing, man, but face the fact, man, of your lives, man. And the Lord is that the Lord is exposing you, man.
And I just want to add to what the brother said, just a quick little brief. I witnessed that, man. Even though Jake is not in the circumcision of knowing about Israel or knowing that he is an Israelite, you know, but he still know who the devil is. He even know about the dark ages, man. You got basically like Jake that's not in the knowing of Israel, knowing that we once ruled, man, during the dark ages, man. About Hannibal Bakar, you know, a great general, war general type, you know. You got Jakes that's finding out. So like I said, it's that time, man, of Israel waking up. Whether it be, you know, a 2/3 waking up or it be the elect, man. They're finding out who is the devil that the Bible speaks of, and and indeed it is the so-called white man, and their nationality is Esau, Edom, man, the Edomites, man. It's proven facts.
Right. If I can say, man, like the brother was saying, they're right, man, because when I used to be in school, I used to go to school, right, in college, and you got some professor that teach on this thing. Like when I was in school, just during music class, you know, and they used to, cause you know you had a different type of music back then, and they used to go back in and used to go over the Renaissance, you know, the Dark Ages, and tell you how, and he show you how Jake back then used to do the music and stuff, you know, and they'll tell you a little bit. They'll tell you a little bit about your history during the Dark Age of the Renaissance, when before Esau came back in power.
Cause a lot of those during the Dark Ages, man, you had a lot of our people that, you know, that was ruling, man. Those famous musicians go back to Jake, man. Go back to so-called Negroes, man. Like Beethoven, you know, William Shakespeare, you know, Mozart, you know. A lot of those, you know, historic and musicians back then during the Dark Ages, man, those was Jakes, man. It wasn't you Edomites, man. Cause first of all, you don't have no, you know, no soul. You know, you don't have no, you know, no rhythm, no grooviness to you, man. And the second of all, man, you know, y'all red asses been in the caves, man. You know, y'all was on the bottom, man. You know, us, the Negroes, man, during that time of, you know, Europe, we had to teach you so-called white people how to be civilized again, man.
That's right.
Cause y'all wasn't in the state of being civilized, man. Y'all was in a low state, man. You know, and you can go into history about that, man. How you Caucasian, which the word Caucasian means cave dweller, man. How was during that time, man. How your ancestors was behaving, man. Like a bunch of animals, man. A bunch of beasts, man.
Wow,
and
man.
through that, man, Jake. The Negroes during that time, us, man, we help you Edomites out, man, to civilize y'all, man. But because it was all part of prophecy that we were going to fall. Because during the Dark Ages, man, our people was being wicked as hell.
That's right.
You know, they wasn't upholding the law, statute, commandments. You know, someone was giving it to Islam. You know, celebrating these traditions. You know, these pagan customs that he got from the Roman Empire, man. You know, celebrating. Going after different false, you know, not different, but false gods, man. You know, so the Lord punished our people for that, man. It was murdering each other over the royal thrones. You know, when you watch those different movies, man, those supposed to be really jakes fighting against each other, man. You know, where they put in the movies during the Dark Ages, man. So, well, we got a couple of, you know, images right here, man. This is one of the images. This is the British families top left, the Moors or Yorkshire. So, you know, just images of, you know, the Moors. You know, the Moors being dark skinned people, man. The Moors go back to, you know, basically don't believe in Islam, man. You know, the Moors had a strong foothold into ruling Europe, man, over almost 1,000 years, man. I think the Byzantine Empire, with Constantine, you know, I think his empire lasts about 900 years. You know, Salakia, if I'm wrong, you know, about 600, 700 years almost. The empire that he set up, but the Moors ruled longer than that, man. You know, because I think the Moors was the last so-called black stronghold that was taken down, man. Because when Esau came into power, he warred against Jake during that time. And the last empire that fell was the Moorish Empire, man.
And you said Constantine, was it Constantine the Great? That was a so-called dark man, right? Dark-skinned man. But look what Esau did. That's an Idumean, man. That's an Edomite. You know, and that's supposed to be Constantine the Great, supposedly. Let's see what I tell you. Yeah, Constantine the Great.
Now Esau does, man. He lies, man. So during the time of he whitewashed a lot of these images, you know. He whitewashed them. A lot of the statues we had, he destroyed them, break them in pieces. You know, shoot the nose off of them, the lips. You know, some of the pictures. The images that we had, man, over 1,000 years worth of images, you know, it was a lot, man. You know, and they threw acid on it. Yep. You know, they did a bunch of wickedness to our pictures, man, the images, man.
And here's another picture when he said shot off the noses, right? You can clearly show and see that the nose been chipped off. And they got other images like that, man. It was like not too long ago, like a video a couple years back, how a lady said it was millions of, you know, black icons and stuff like that. Now she only says it's up to the thousands now, man. So that means they destroy all those, man. The thousands that they have, they're keeping that, man. They hide from us, you know, from us to find out these things, man.
Right, Central European, man. You know, just different. You won't see no white people, man. You know, not until after they destroy the images, man. But in this book, you won't be seeing majority of the history of the Negroes, you know, that ruled during that time, man.
That was the Turkish Empire.
The Turkish Empire.
Yeah.
Jake.
So it's a known fact that, man, we are somebody, man. And these devils been lying to us for years, man. Saying we was nobody. We just came from swinging off the trees, butt-ass naked in Africa. But that's not the case, man. Right. They the ones that was uncivilized, man. We was civilized because we're the nation of Israel. You know, even though a lot of our people went off with following all those false doctrines and false gods and following after the way of the heathen. But guess what? They still had flavor, man. They still had that royal mind, man. You know?
Right, because if I can say, you know, we have to be, you know, we got to be the Most High chosen people if the Edomites have to go through all this trouble, even though it was prophesied to do, but go through all this trouble, to get rid of the real image, okay, of our people in the Most High, they put up his. That should tell you, man, we like the brother said, we are somebody, man. Okay, so if the Edomite have to go through all this trouble by doing this, that means we got to be the Most High chosen people, man.
Yeah, God, the Lord say that Esau hate Jacob, man.
Con.
So a lot of hate right there, man.
Prove that the so-called white man, cause ain't no other nation did this, man. All these other nations, the Chinese, especially, man, they know that we ruled during the Dark Ages, man, cause we was over them, man. We ruled different places like the empire that the Moors had, expanded to, East India, over there in Asia, different other rulerships that, Jake and Negroes were ruling during that time. We explored most of those lands, man. So, the Chinese and the Arabs, they knew that we ruled, man. Esau the only one that trying to hide history. And the heathens right along with them too, because these heathens don't push that, man. They hate us just as well as Esau, man.
Right.
Look at on the bottom, man. Got a lot of, these people, also our people was scattered amongst these other nations, man. Confuses of faces, man.
Yeah,
look
right.
at that. All them jakes there, man. You can see. And I think that was Germany, upper left. Holland, that's Holland.
Yeah, I think they're Germany.
Holland, upper left. Lower Europeans with, it say Europeans on the lower right, the lower bottom of the book. You see them confused faces, jakes, man. It say Europeans with woolly hair. They don't look like your average typical Negro, man. But even the history show you, if you can look and you spiritual, you can clearly see those Israelites, man. Those Negroes, man. Negroes descent, man. And this was back then, a couple of years ago, man. They don't get the date. Even to this day, man, our people are still scattered amongst the heathens, man. Look at that Jake right there, man. He got so much woolly hair and fro, you barely can see his face.
Yeah, he got strong features, man. And just to lay back on with the brother, because remember I showed y'all the picture of the Edomite Constantine the Great. Here go the real image of Constantine the Great, and this in the Negro Question Part 4, The Missing Link, by Lee Cummings. I gotta get up a little bit. Right there. You can clearly see that is a so-called Negro man. He got the beard, he got the crown on him, and the woolly hair, man. You devils got a lot to pay for, man, for all these lies and, deceiving the people, man, deceiving our people,
That scripture, because the Lord said that we are a peculiar, a royal people.
I get that.
So, and Esau ain't nothing royal about Esau, man.
At all.
Because Esau was a real king and had some type of royalty with him. First of all, a real king won't be doing all this wickedness, man.
That's right.
And a real, and royalty go back, having class, man. Ain't no class about you Edomites, man. Here you got all this power, and you look how they dress, man. They don't dress like royalty, man, like kings, man. With gold, the fancy garments, that real kings were back then, man. Now everything watered down, man. They wear these, these suits, these 3-piece suits, all type of expensive, material, but it still ain't compared to the garments and the royalty that we were back then, man. And these devils don't have no class, man. The only thing they know is how to destroy, steal, and lie, man.
This is the precept that the brother had asked for. This is 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 9. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who hath called ye out of the darkness into his marvelous light.
Talking about Israel, man.
Right.
A royal people, man.
Kind. Want me to get the one in Deuteronomy 2?
You can get that.
All right, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. This the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord Yahweh Yahweh Shah thy power. The Lord Yahweh Yahweh Shah thy power have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
You know, so we above all these nations, man. And the Lord chose us unto himself, man. You know, that way, you know, the Lord, you know, our history is so vast, man, that the Lord had Esau to hide it from us, man. Just to give it back to us in the last days to remind us how royalty we are, man. You know, even, you know, these are images going back to, you know, after the times when we got ran out of Israel. So major images that go back to when we were really at our, you know, at our peak of righteousness, man, ruling, man. During the time of King David, you know, Solomon, kings of Israel, that, you know, before we, you know, before we ran out our land, man, was prosecuted and fled our land and came over here into captivity, man. This is just 1,000 years of us ruling in Europe. And we wasn't even the whole nation then, man. We were separated then, man. Amongst the southern kingdom, like, you know, we said earlier, man. No different, you know, royalty, kingdoms or families. They was fighting against each other during the time of the Dark Ages, man. You know. Then on top of that, man, the Northern Kingdom, the so-called Latinos and Native Americans, during the time of the Dark Ages, man, they was already over here on this side, man. And they had a vast empire and different architects, different images that they had over here, man, before the so-called white man came and destroyed it, man.
That's right.
You know? And because once we was together in Israel, man, you know we had a vast kingdom, man.
You don't want to get that good wrong.
Yeah, you can get it.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 64. It said, and the Lord Yahweh Shah shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth even unto the other.
Okay, so as a curse, man, we was scattered out of our land, man, into all different parts of the earth, man, all nations, man. You know, so that was like we said earlier, man, and like we always saying, man, from the apostles, great millstones, and the elders and the brothers on down, man. It's just not just a black thing, man, a so-called black or so-called Latino or Native American thing, man. A lot of our people are scattered amongst the nation, these heathen nations, and their bloodline, some of these so-called heathen nations, bloodline go back to Negro, Latino, Native American descent, man. Go back to the bloodline or the lineage of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and Israel, man. And it's through the seed of your father, man. You know, what make you your nationality, man. You know, just like, you know, with that book at, go to page 84.
Right here?
Yeah. Couple of images in here, man. We just not read images earlier.
The black Chinese and the bomb.
Yeah.
The image of location Hiroshima. Just show the image.
You can show.
And these the black Japanese during the time of World War II when they dropped that bomb in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
They don't show you that, man. They already tell you that on the other page.
Is it?
Let me see. Yeah, that's the one. They don't tell you that, man, that most of those so-called Asians, that when they drop that, show the other one. When they show the other page, when they talking about Hiroshima, man, they just basically show Hammond, the so-called Japanese being hit with the bomb. But you had a lot of our people over there as well that got hit by those atomic bombs, man.
Because we was scattered, man. Like the brother said, that was a curse. So, you know,
more in that.
Through process of time, we us being Israel and us being like the sand compared to the sand of the sea, we did a lot of reproduction, man. We produced a lot of babies, man. You know? So mainly it's more Israelites out here, man, in these foreign lands. You know. Like I said, it's all for edification's sake, man. All to feed the sheep and the lamb, or the sheep.
Let's see what that says. You're going backwards on that. This is page 87 in the Negro question part 4, the missing link. This is page 87. It reads, you know, the brother gonna show y'all the images. It say the images of black Chinese box of rebellion, Asian history, and protest. And below that, it said the images of black Asians, 1853, 1910, Asian history and print test. So those jakes, man. But they'll have you think that they ain't nothing but Negroes are just here in America or in Africa, man. They ain't gonna tell you that we were scattered, man.
Come on.
Even the front of the show, the front of the book right there.
And they got different little kingdoms. You say Irish, right here.
But that go to, remember one time Nate, man, hopefully I had to bring his name up. But that's, you know, but Nate, one part of the time, he said that the Irish don't go back to Israel, man. Talking about all the Irish Edomites, man.
And Salaki, the king of Scots, this King James. So he was ruling in Scotland, man. You know, this is the real image of King James, man. You know, just to throw that out there too. And, you know, rule Britain over here.
Go to the next page.
Which page? Like, what number?
In that book, 87.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm sure you.
I mean, 88.
Asian history.
Another page right here. Page 88 on that the book of Negro question in part 4. It say however you pronounce this king name, King Chaglalungar, King of Salam, Thailand. So over there in Thailand, different islands, man. You know, with Japheth dwell at, man.
Jake was over there.
Jake over there, man. You clearly see that as an Israelite, man. There ain't no Japhite, man. We know how Japheth look, man.
So the Lord scattered us among all the people, from one end to the other end.
Proving that the scripture's real, man.
Kind.
That's right.
Italy.
And them Italians, man. And we all know, we can clearly tell them Italians are Jake, because when we know they spirit, man, they act just like niggas, man, at the end of the day. You know, especially, you know, the ones that's in America, man. During the time of that mob stuff, you know, fighting each other, killing each other, murdering each other for territory and stuff. Those, like that, the modern day gangs of Bloods and Crips and all these different gangs out here, man, that niggas be repping and stuff like that, you know, and Jamaicans and Haitians, which are the tribe of, you know, Benjamin and Levi.
A lot of history, man. Show you, man. Look, like we say, man. This go deeper than just being black, man.
Right.
Being Latino, man. Being the color, man. It all depends on your nationality, man. Especially, it's a blessing if it goes back to the nation of Israel, man.
That's right.
That's right.
Because the ones, that bloodline that don't go back to Negro, Latino, the Native American descent, go back to the nation of Israel, you're going to go into slavery, man.
That's right.
You know, because the Lord only chose Israel, man. The so-called Negro, Latino, the Native Americans, man. You know, and if your bloodline don't go back to that, man, by the seed of your father, man, that which means that your bloodline go back to a heathen nation, man.
That's right.
You know, because the Lord is only dealing with Israel, man.
That's right.
And therefore, to say that, man, that you heathens, the ones who bloodline go back to these heathen, being a heathen descent, a real Gentile, you know, that you're going to go into slavery, man, once Yahweh shall return, man, who the world called Jesus Christ, man. Right. Our kingdom about to be risen up, man. That's all you seeing, brothers waking up, man. You know. And the Lord gonna set us on top, man. And the heathens, man, you're gonna be slaves in our kingdom, man.
Read that book.
Read it again.
this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 64. And it says, and the Lord Yahweh Bashim Awasham shall scatter thee among the people from one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor their father have known, even in wood and stone.
That's what happened to us, man. You know, Jake always been Jake always scattered amongst the heathens, man. You know, always, man. Like, you got this image right here, man. It say England, children by white mothers, all are colored but 5. Look at all those Jakes, man. And all they say white mothers, man. So those so-called white people that's in that images right there, man, they can be they can be Jakes, man. And you see, if you picture it out, you can see it, man. You see the man right there in the middle, man. He kind of like Yahweh Shai, man. He kind of like an angel, if you can see it. You got brothers with
dark skin, man.
Dark skin. He got the hood on, the white beard, the face. He kind of almost look like that angel that pop up at the Cowboy Redskin game, man. The Lord said we gonna entertain angels, man. You never know, man. Look at that right there, man.
Yep.
You do.
Our brothers got this book, man. Nature Knows No Color Line, page 187, man. The man in the middle, man. Look how all those surround him, man.
Man, that's spirit. And it's way more books out there that has a lot more information on that. Even within the Northern Kingdom, man. They got books on them too. I can't, come off the top of my head what's the name of them. But you can just, type it in. You type in anything on the Google, man. Because it's like I said, like starting off with our elders and apostles, a great millstone. This is the information age, man. It's not hard to find out who you are, what's your history, the true history of that. I didn't want to get a quick precept. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 9, verse 7. This is all prophesied, man. O Lord, righteousness belongeth unto thee, but unto us confusion of faces, as at this day to the men of Judah and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem and all Israel that are near and that are far off, through all the countries whither there has driven them, because of their trespass, that they have trespassed against thee. And that's why we have confusions of faces, man. Because we have sinned strongly against the Lord, man.
Because we supposed to be separated from them heathens, man. But since our people want to follow the custom of the heathens, what happened, man? They left their inheritance and been following the ways. They left their inheritance of being an Israelite and followed the ways of these heathens, man. And what happened, man? They started worshiping their gods, mingling themselves with, our men mingle themselves with the women. Our women mingle themselves with these heathenistic men, these heathen men, and that's a curse, man. That the Lord put upon our people, man. Because the apostles went into this last week, man. Even though you use it as the confusing faces of an Israelite that might look like a heathen, but when you go into that word confusion, really go back to shame, man. Because it is a shame for an Israelite to look like a heathen, man.
That's right.
But the Lord is going to change all that once the kingdom be established, because we're going to get new bodies, man. We're going to go back looking like how we originally supposed to look and better, man.
That's right.
We ain't going to be looking like no heathen, man, when we in the kingdom, man.
That's right.
Because we're not supposed to be like them or dwell with them. We can have their women for concubines, but the reason, and that wasn't a big thing, because you got a lot of these Israelite camps and they're supposed to deal with heathen women. The reason we can't have heathen women, because you had Solomon, you had King David, and men of the Israel had heathen women, man. But the reason why the Lord said to be careful with it, because a lot of our men was leaving off from their heritage and follow after their customs, man. But in the kingdom, we're going to have heathen women, man. We're going to have all these women, man. But everything belongs to the Israelite man anyway, man.
That's right.
And Con, I just want to say that even though, you know, confusion faces go back to being shame, you know, that doesn't mean the Lord is not going to bring them into the fold, because they're part of the 1/3 and the hopeful elect too, man. You know, because that is a whole nation we're ashamed, man. We fell from our power. We transgressed against Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. You know, so with that being said, the shame faced it, you know, the ones that sincerely for this truth, man, and trying to come back to their nationality and their heritage, man, hey, the Lord's gonna rise you up, because there's a lot of brothers out there that's you know, confused face, man, and they're going strong and hard, man.
Yeah, you shouldn't let that discourage you, man. You know, your courage and your confidence should be in this faith, man. That you are an Israelite, man.
Yep.
You know, and believe in Yahweh Shai, man. Yahweh Shai gonna, like we say, man, the Lord gonna change everybody, make all us defiled, man. All us weak, man. You know, and you confused faces, brother, out there, keep going hard, man. Cause you got a lot of confused faces, brothers, that might look like a heathen, but they know they're Israelite through the Spirit and know their history, you know, and in this word, they go harder than some of these dudes. These regular so-called average-looking, Israelites, man. You know, they go harder than them, man. So y'all brothers out there keep pushing, man, and keep fighting, man.
That's right.
You know, cause this just proving, man, that the Lord ain't all about no black, man. The Lord say, try the Spirit by the Spirit, man. Cause this another, like right here, man. You know, this another image right here in the nature of no color line, has no color line. And it said, two noted Catholics of Negro ancestry. So you would think, you know, they say Negro ancestries, man. You look at them, you would think they so-called white men. But their bloodline go back to Negro ancestry, man. If their bloodline go back to the on their father's side, you know. Because they always tell you that if they father's side or their mother's side.
That's right.
But if they go back to the father's side, man, they Israelites, man. They Negroes, so-called Negroes, man. And you can clearly see the features, especially the one up top right there. You know?
You got some
both of them could be Negroes, man.
You got some Jakes. I mean, you got some people who might look like a Jake, but it could be a heathen. Like for example, your so-called 44th president. He looked like a Jake, but his blood line go back to Ham. Okay, because his father was a Hamite.
The line of Cush, man.
You
know. And then you got also that dude from Empire too, if I'm not mistaken. You know, he's saying, you know, he went back on his ancestry, and you know, he can still be, a Jake, but hey, you never know, he can be a Terry as well, man.
That's a lot of things too, man. You always know. It's twofold, man. Just like you got men that scatter their seed amongst other nations. In the heathen nation, you got a lot of these heathen men of these other nations scatter their seed amongst us, man. You know, by the way of them making marriage and laying down with our women, man. You know, and like you got a lot of these, what the Apostle Gabar call them chocolate-covered Edomites, man. A lot of tears, man. You know,
that's right.
Not only, you know, a lot of these so-called blacks here in America, not only that some of their bloodline go back to the so-called white man, but a lot of these so-called black men, you know, and women, you know, black people here in America, man, their bloodline go back to Chinese men, you know, Arabs. Our women that done slept with all different other type of heathen nations, man. Just like how our men slept with the heathen women, our women slept with the heathen men. But all of it is determined by the seed of the Father, man.
That's right.
And the Spirit, man.
And the Spirit. Yeah, because you can have cause like the brother said, man, you can have, I've seen men scatter so much, man. You can have a Chinese man that lay down with a black woman that look like an average Chinese man, but his bloodline can go back to the Negro descent, man. You know, all about the seed and the Spirit, man.
That's right.
And all of it gonna come to the light, man. All of it gonna be truth once Yahweh Bashim Yahushua set up the kingdom, man. So you saw, man, he can't hide it anymore, man. You know, all these images and all this truth that coming out, man?
This the book of James, chapter 1, verse 1. James, a servant of the Most High and of the Lord Yahweh Shah Hamashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting. And that's the whole point, man. The 12 tribes of Israel scattered abroad, man. That's why we have confusion of faces. That's why we have Israelite foreigners, man. That's why we bringing out the history of the iconoclasm, man. You know, bringing out how Esau whitewashed a lot of our images, and then going back to the Dark Ages and how we were just showing through the book. Most of these men might, you know, look like a so-called white man, but their bloodline goes straight back to Negro descent, man. Negro, Latino, or Native American descent, man.
Look at it right there. Say, this is Nature No Color Line, page 89. Page 139. Salaki, page 139. And it said Annie Brown, American-born soprano. You know, soprano go back to the Sicilians, you know, the Italians. And her new Norwin husband, Theodore Scattered, an African American photo. And this is an African American photo, but to the average people, man, they don't look African American at all, man. They clearly confused faces, man. But down there on the bottom, man, it's an African American photo, man. But they're Israelites, man. Their bloodline go back to Negro, Latino, Native American descent, man. Look at that, man. And you can, you know, watch your spiritual eye open, man, to the point, man. I mean, sometimes, you know, like the brothers always say, man, we got spiritual power on a low level, man. Because once you understand the truth, man, the Lord open your spiritual mind to a lot of things, man. Understanding these scriptures and be able to read body language and discern spirits, man. You know, be able to look at how people move, man. Their features, you know, their mannerism. And once you look at people like this, man, you can clearly see that these jakes, man. You clearly see that, man. But to the average so-called black, Latino, Native American, they'll see this picture and say that they're white or they mixed, you know, with such thing, where there's no such thing as mixed, man. You clearly see that, man. That these Israelites, man. And it's by the spirit, man, in their features, man. Look at that. Jake, so, you know, Negro woman right there, man.
And it's crazy. So that's a Negro woman, right? That's crazy because I thought that was an Edomite, man.
Well,
that's a Negro woman. See, hey, man.
Black woman.
Hey, confusion of faces, man. It's real, man. You know, that's why you got to try the spirit by the spirit, man. Because if you just look at her quickly and don't try the spirit really, because we know the spirit of the nigger woman, man.
You can see the people.
You know.
You
Con,
a Negro woman.
And like I said, you gotta try to spirit. And she got a big nose like a nigger woman too. You gotta study
the cheeks, the eyes.
Con.
Look at the forehead. You know, Jig always got that square forehead.
Con.
With that fro.
See?
You know, you saw head all fucked up.
Yeah, they nose look pointy as hell, look like the damn devil.
One head line up.
Oh, they messed up, man. All over.
Head, one side of the head longer than the other.
And I don't think they got no line up like that.
We about to go ahead and close it up, man. You know, praying that you brothers and edifying, man. We're going to bring one more scripture out.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 4. It says, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. Warfare, Salaki. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the power to pull down strongholds.
No, that's it. Basically, like the weapons of our warfare are spiritual, man. That's why we can Salaki. That's why we can be confident on what we're speaking about, man. Because it's through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, increasing our understanding and the wisdom, you know, that we have, that the Lord has given us, you know, to bring down the strongholds of Esau's lies, his deceptions, you know. Basically, like with a whole video of this the whole purpose of this video is about, man, telling you about the lives of Esau and going into Iconoclasm, man.
That was a major stronghold on our people, man.
Con.
Esau, you so-called white people, man, the nation of Edom, whitewashing the images and putting yourself up, portraying yourself as the Lord's chosen people of the scriptures, the different so-called, black icons that was created, man, by us, man. That's a stronghold, man. 'Cause a lot of our people still to this day, man, thinking that you so-called white people rule the dark ages, that you the Lord's chosen people of the Bible, and everybody in the Bible is white, man. So that's a stronghold, man, that you had on our people. But through the Spirit and through the different resources, and you being exposed and through the prophets, man, you can't hide anymore, man. You get one more last scripture, man. Get on Isaiah 25. You get into that on that. I think Isaiah 25 and 7.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 25, verse 7. And it says, and he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covenant cast over all people.
This mountain means this government, man, this rulership that Esau ruled. The Lord said he's going to destroy it, man. The covering cast, man. And what's that covering cast? Esau putting bowers and different false identities on all nations, man. Especially what he done unto the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are the Israelites, man, calling us these perverts and giving us these false identities, man. That's a covering on who we really are, man.
It says, and a veil that is spread over all nations.
So the Lord is uncovering that now, man, through these words, man, through the Spirit, through the history, through the prophets, through different other resources, outlets. Exposing these devils of their lives, man. How they don't pull, iconoclasm, whitewashing, destroying images, putting out false doctrines, false philosophy that had these people in the majority of the world in confusion, man, deceiving us, man. But the Lord is on his way back, man, to set everything upright, man. So brothers, we praying that this man, edifying, to the next time, we're going to give all praise to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakar Kodash, double honors to our apostles and elders that rule well.
That's right.
In the doctrine and in the spirit and power of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
And salutation to the elect, the house of David, man, for doing the work in the ministry, and that's in the faith of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Till the next time, Shalom.
Shalom.